Entertainer Spotlight on NSK TV, and today I am proud and honoured to have the legendary Clem join us on the Entertainer Spotlight. Clem, thanks for coming on, mate. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me. It's an absolutely brilliant idea, and everything you do is great. So lovely to be here. I'm honoured myself.
Oh, amazing. Now, you've probably been with NSK now for what? It must be about 3 years, if not more.
Yeah, I think coming up to, if I'm honest, coming up to three and a bit years maybe. I joined in March, I think. 3 or 4 years ago. And
I remember coming and interviewing you. We're in that little sort of dodgy building in the middle of nowhere that we'd managed to find, I think, up in Manchester.
Yeah, absolutely. It was the Mechanics Institute in Manchester. Actually, I've been there a couple of times with other charities I've done some work with and bits and pieces. They're a lovely bunch. But I remember coming in and not quite knowing what to expect, but meeting you and Russ, and it was really lovely. Yeah. It was really enjoyable.
Amazing. So I want you to tell us all about you, because although you've been working with NSK for a long time, we find that we constantly feel very lucky whenever we book a party in for you and you say yes, because you're such a busy guy and you've got so much going on that a lot of the time you're not available because you've got so many other things, and you've got a long background and a long history in entertainment and performing, and there's a lot of stuff that you do outside of NSK, and I want to find out all about it.
Yeah, that's really kind of you. I mean, I love what I do with Non-Stop Kids. I think it's absolutely great. I really enjoy the work, and so I'm always honoured when you guys book me in. And whenever I get that good feedback, it still really hits home, and it still feels absolutely amazing. But I take other work. I do a lot of other work. I think the main things I do, I teach drama, music, and movement in schools across the country. I work with a lot of other different organisations. I guess the big one is the one that I run with a couple of friends called the Rubbish Shakespeare Company. Of course, you can check us out with the Rubbish Shakespeare Company on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, YouTube and all of that. And we have two arms to our organisation. We teach in schools, making Shakespeare fun for all young people and perform in schools. And we have a professional theatre arm where we go and tour across the country. We've done a couple of runs at Edinburgh now, 5-star reviews from national newspapers. So there's the Rubbish Shakespeare Company. Another part to me, I guess, is I'm the National Creative Manager at an organisation called One Day Creative Education. Again, you can check them out online, and they are absolutely fantastic. We go into schools and provide workshops, drama workshops, and dance workshops on lots of different curriculum topics, cultural topics, PSHE, etc., across the primary school and secondary school curricula. Absolutely fantastic, and I help support the staff, train them, recruit them, work with them to make sure they're delivering the best we possibly can, and obviously they develop themselves. If you want to know more, so I also play in a band. I play drums in a band, and I play drums across the UK. We've toured Europe. We've got albums out, bits and pieces, loads and loads of fun. I love that, and that's with some really close friends of mine. Other things I do, of course, I do magic. Non-Stop Kids is a big part of what I do, and I love delivering those at the weekend, performing the magic, but also entertaining the children. It really allows me to see a different side to what they do, I'm sure I do other things as well. I just say yes to a lot of things and hope for the best. I enjoy my work, and I enjoy what I do. Yeah.
Well, here's a question for you. You've just said that with the Rubbish Shakespeare Company and with everything else that you do, you teach an awful lot. Yeah. So here's a question that I'm going to ask that you probably have more ability to answer than most. What advice, we're finding from our stats that a lot of people are watching this, are the parents are watching it with the kids. There's going to be a lot of parents watching this that are stuck in their houses, locked down, and obviously they're now being put into a position where they're having to homeschool and entertain their children at the same time. And a lot of people are struggling with this. Have you got any advice? Because obviously you teach primary, you teach secondary, you're an entertainer as well. So you're quite uniquely positioned to maybe offer some advice on I know a lot of parents are quite anxious about, I'm not doing enough for my child, they're going to fall behind, blah, blah, blah. Is there any advice you can give people?
I mean, first of all, everything that you are doing, and I'm speaking to you as a parent, everything that you are doing is absolutely incredible. Not just you, Craig, but those people out there. I think you know your children better than anyone, and you have to trust your instinct. This isn't about forcing children to to learn their maths and their science. When you're at home and you're in these challenging circumstances, and children might feel anxious, they might feel nervous themselves. Actually, the most important thing, especially in primary school, is to, I think is to make them feel secure, feel happy, feel safe, and learning will come naturally with that. Whether it's learning on a walk or a cycle ride one day, or whether it's just learning, picking things up off your parents. You, Craig, are an absolute, you're an icon for this, because you're teaching Ryland magic, and that is incredible. Alongside that comes performance, comes confidence, comes well-being, all of that. So don't stress yourself out about teaching and being a teacher at home. Enjoy your time with the children, and learning comes naturally. Children are natural learners. So just enjoy that time you've got.
That's fantastic. That's great advice. That really is. And I've been loving, on NSK TV, you've been doing this weekly series, the, Fun with Clem Around the House.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's brilliant. I think it's one of my favourite programmes on the whole of NSK TV. Ryland loves it because, as you know, he does magic, but he also drums, as you probably know.
Yeah.
And your first episode where you were doing the drumming with the pots and pans, he's got his own drum set, but he's like, forget that. Let's grab the pots and pans.
Yeah. I think that's great. That's really wonderful. And you have to work with what you've got, don't you? And I was thinking fun around the house. So I was given that title, and I was really happy with it because it actually gave me, okay, what have I got around here that I can use? My first instinct was go and hit some pots and pans. And the fact that I know Claire Marie actually sent in some little video of her. She sent it over to our little Facebook group, and she sent a video of her children playing with the pots and pans. That really did warm my heart. It was absolutely wonderful to see, and I'm really glad that it's helping a little bit. I know that it's a challenge to sit in front of a video for a little bit of time, or engage with someone that you can't feed back to. There's not a two-way thing going on, but those little videos mean the world to me, and I'm glad that it's helping that. Thanks, Craig.
Oh, it really is. It really is. And how did you get into performing? Because obviously you've been doing it a long time. You've talked about all the different things that you did. I know a lot of parents. I've actually had a few parents ask me, because they've seen Ryland, how can I get my child interested in performing? How can I get my child interested in performing? So maybe if you talk to us a little bit about your background and when you started getting interest, because to run a company, the Rubbish Shakespeare Company, you must have been passionate about performing from a young age, I imagine. So, and what advice can you give parents that have children that want to get into performing?
Oh, I'm not here. I can't do advice. I mean, you know yourselves better than anything else. But I can certainly tell you my experience of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I guess I was really lucky. My first memory of performing was in year 4, when I was the Tailor of Gloucester in the play, The Tailor of Gloucester. And I was the year 6s, the year 5s, the year 4s auditioned, and I got the main part. I was so proud of myself, so happy. And everyone around me was really supportive. From there into high school, secondary school, I just loved performing. And I remember a particular moment, actually. And again, teachers, I remember a moment where a teacher said to me, I had a choice between, I wasn't the worst academically. I did okay in maths, I did okay in English and science. And I had a choice whether I go and do subject or performing. And they said, well, what do you really want to do? I said, I want to perform. They said, well, go for it then. And so I did. I went and did drama at university, had a really fantastic experience, learned a lot, vocational, got out with some theatre companies, and I wanted to be an actor. Actually, do you know, Craig, when I was very, very young, I wanted to be an oven glove, but ignore that. When I was even younger, I wanted to be a taxi driver. When I was, I had some bizarre dreams, but I always wanted to be a magician. I really did.
Really?
Yeah. And a magician and adult, like for adults, not just for children. And I love children's magic, but I always wanted to be a magician. So this job that I do now is actually a dream come true in a lot of ways. I don't think I've got to be honest, I don't think I've got the patience to learn those incredible tricks you do. And the incredible tricks Ryland does, and the incredible tricks that like Stevie and Cy, everybody else does, Steph does. I don't think I've got the patience, but I love being part of that magic in the same way. So, yeah, that's my journey really, quite straightforward. But then I decided actually I love working with children, so I get to perform in this job, and I get to work with children. So there's a real nice balance here, and with everything else I do with Rubbish Shakespeare, with One Day, working with children, teaching, doing drama, doing performance, but also feeling, learning about learning about pedagogy, learning about how children learn, learning about how people learn. Oh, I could go on, but I'm not being very coherent now. So
one thing that's coming across is just how passionate you are, which is amazing. You know, it's just amazing to see. And I think that that's one of the things that we see from the feedback. I mean, you're one of the few people that has just never, ever in the entire history of Non-Stop Kids, in the 3+ years that you've been with us, you've never had a piece of bad feedback ever. It's nothing but positive feedback. Everybody loves you. And people do say, he's so passionate, he's so excited, he's so enthusiastic. And it just comes across with everything that you do.
I know, it's all in the bribe. It's all in the bribe at the end. That's what I
love it.
Some entertainers get tips. I tend to give them just for the just for those.
Big tip there for the internet. That's amazing. So obviously, you know that at NSK we've been putting a lot of our stuff online, and we've been putting a lot of, you know, the NSK TV and the virtual parties. What are you doing with the Rubbish Shakespeare Company? Are you trying to go online with that as well? Because I know that you said to me last night that you've been able to secure some funding to, you know, tell us what you're planning, what your future plans are, because I imagine it's all changed a little bit in the last 2 months in terms of game plan. So what are you planning with that? Where are you wanting to take it? Are you taking it online? What's happening?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, it's really important just to thank everybody that's doing things online already. So I work with another organization called the Artist Foundation. They're a charity. We work in schools and we do drama, music and movement lessons in schools that tie in with the curricula. And I work in a school regularly each week. They've been fantastic. We've been filming videos for classes at schools that schools can then send out to those classes. And they have been providing me some development, been feeding back on the videos I've been doing, and that has given me so much. So thanks to artists. Secondly, thanks to you, I've learned so much about, like, you were straight in it, straight online, going, okay, how can we make this work? Positivity, bringing in Cross onto your Facebook group. That was just a driver to go, okay, let's make this work. Let's not change everything. Let's make what we do work. So everybody who's done that, but and then One Day Creative, I've helped to form that strategy of how we're going forward with videos online, and we've started a YouTube channel, and you can check that out at One Day Creative Education. You can see loads of other people there. I think even Jess works for us as well, so you might see a couple of videos on there as well. Jess is great. Jess is absolutely fantastic. Great performer, great teacher. Yeah, great. I haven't seen her do magic, but I'm sure she's wonderful. So there's all of that, but the Rubbish Shakespeare Company, we're really lucky because we have, and parents at home, this is just for you. You can ask your children or encourage your children, or even sit with your children and write a script for the Rubbish Shakespeare Company, and we will perform that play, whatever you write. That script will be performed. We'll film it. We've been developing our actors and developing ourselves to make sure we can film. So we can film it for you. It'll be great empowerment for your children, your young people. We say this is not 4 to 16. You can write them. Develop that script, and we will perform it earnestly and passionately, no matter how silly it is, no matter how madcap you think it is. We will make it work from our own homes.
That is brilliant.
Yeah, so you write those scripts, send it to us, check us out on the Facebook, send them to us, and we'll write, we'll perform, we'll edit it all, and your children will still have the rights over that script should they want it. It's their script. They're just pieces. We just do what we do.
That is such an amazing idea. That is such a brilliant idea. That is great. I'm blown away by that. I didn't know about that. That is so cool. That is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, get Ryland on it. The thing is, we don't want to force any children to write a script for us, but we found that when we launched this, a lot of the children who had come to see us perform, and we do a lot of interaction with them, we talk to them, there's no fourth wall there, we really do get involved with the families that come and watch us. We found that they started writing remakes of our own plays, which are already remakes of Shakespeare's own plays. So it was just really interesting to see how this all comes together. But we've seen some of the children come back and write for us now, and it's just really wonderful to have this whole community of people who are budding writers, budding performers, and really engaged with the culture of the Shakespeare, the English literature, the language, all of that, and performance. It's really wonderful, really wonderful. It's not on us. It's all about what the children bring and give to us, and we just work.
have you got your own Facebook group for this as well as a Facebook page?
So we've got the Rubbish Shakespeare face. Sorry, my dog's just come to say hello. Hiya, dog. So yes. I'm sorry, mate. I'm not paying attention to you. Have I got my own Facebook page? No. So we do use Rubbish Shakespeare Company, and we mostly organise through emails, phone calls, Zoom chats, all of this.
Oh, you should organise a Facebook group where all of this community can come together and, you know, you share your scripts and share your performances and everything. That'd be amazing.
It would be great. It would be great. We're quite aware that our Facebook page is a place for people to do that. We like comments. We get a lot of videos as well. And because we're not a huge company. We do more than it seems like we do. We're bigger than. Well, it seems like we're bigger than we look, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We're only small, but. So we need to manage that, and we need to make sure we've got enough capacity and time to manage everything and make sure everybody gets the best quality things as well as the vast quantity of it as well.
Amazing. Completely unrelated question, kind of. You said that you play the drums and that you're in a band, and I see a guitar hanging up behind you, or is it a ukulele? Or
it's a ukulele, that one.
Ukulele.
Yeah. I put it there for my background. Can I play it?
Go for it. Yeah.
Oh, don't. I didn't. That wasn't a question. Can I play it? It was the thought you were asking me. I can. It's probably not in tune. Shall I go and check it out?
Go for it, man. Yeah.
Right, well, I can't sing. That's the other thing. I can't sing. Oh, it's horribly out of tune, but I can't tune it, and I'm not going to spend the time. But yeah, we can play it up here so you can see it. I can't play it at all, can I? There we go. There you go. So we got a few notes. I'm learning. We've all got to learn. We've got to start somewhere. So I've got that. And the other thing I'm doing on this lockdown, sorry, Craig, you asked.
No, go for it. This is what
the other thing I'm learning. Sorry, I'm off screen now. I'm still here. So I'm learning some bass as well. So we've got some. My friend was so kind. He lent me this bass, and he said, take this and take an amp. And so I've been spending 2 hours a day just playing this. And because I play drums, the bass is such an important instrument. Those two rhythm sections, just really important. So learning bass, ukulele, just trying my best to keep occupied. Really.
Yeah, because you're not busy enough as it is, you decided to just learn another couple of musical instruments. You're a machine.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, if I'm sitting still, Craig, if I'm sitting still, I just can't do it. I know we've got virtual parties going on, and I'm really excited about those because it'll just keep me energized and keep me moving.
That's brilliant.
I think Craig, I think you're exactly the same though, aren't you? You're one of those people. You don't stop. You're 24 hours a day. I don't know if you even sleep. Do you sleep? You do sleep.
Occasionally, it has been known. Yes.
Okay.
But I'm exactly the same as you. I couldn't be the sort of guy that just sits there doing nothing. Even when I'm sitting there just watching the TV, my mind's kind of thinking. And I know you're the same as well.
It's wonderful, but it's also sometimes a bit of a curse when you want to switch off. But it is, take the positive from it. It's lovely, and I know that sometimes I can't believe that you run a company and are so involved in what the company does. It boggles the mind that you have the time and to be an incredible parent to Ryland and to Thea. Absolutely fantastic.
Oh, thank you. I believe, I don't want to make this about me at all, but I mean, the one thing that I think is really important is I don't want to ask anybody in Non-Stop Kids to do something that I can't do. You know, which is why whenever we launch a new program or virtual parties, a perfect example, I wanted to do it first because that way I know everything that I need to know in order to help people that are doing it. So that's just kind of my attitude.
Absolutely. And also you get to, you're the expert here. You get to make the mistakes first or see what mistakes could happen and pass that information on. And we're all really grateful for that. We understand why you do it first, and it really helps us.
No problem. Now, I have something for you right now. I know you've been watching some of the Entertainment Spotlight, so it's now time for the rapid fire question round.
I'll sit forward for this. Yeah.
Now, currently, David Burgess is in the lead from Liverpool, so you have the chance to bring this back to Manchester. So
I don't think I've got to be honest. I love Manchester and I love Liverpool. I can't I can't. I don't know if I'll take it from him, to be honest.
Well, the thing is, he's a typical Scouser, so he speaks at 1,000,000 miles an hour. So
I remember I've met him a couple of times. Lovely lad, David. Really nice to. It's nice to lose to him in advance. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to set my stopwatch here, so I'm going to give you 3 minutes.
Okay.
Got it ready? 3 minutes, and you have to answer as many questions as you can, as quickly as you can. Okay, here we go. And the time begins now. If you could buy any type of food right now, what would you buy?
Any type of, sorry, I missed that one.
Any type of food.
Any type of food, pizza.
Pizza, okay, awesome. What colour is your toothbrush?
It's blue and clear, see-through.
Perfect. If you could be any type of animal, what would you be and why?
Don't ask me that. I love all animals. I can't choose between them. If I could be any kind of animal, I'll say dog, but I don't mean it. I love them all.
That's okay. What one thing would you put on your bucket list that you've yet to achieve?
There's too. Oh, why these questions are huge. I need to learn. I need to learn. Okay, just something simple. There's always more to learn. I'd love to learn another magic trick. There you go. I'm going to do it.
Perfect. Who's your favourite superhero and why?
I really like Captain America. I love that old and that new. The idea of that, and then where he came from. Yeah, it was brilliant. So I do like Captain America. I find him. I enjoy watching him.
Amazing. And what's your favourite summer activity?
I love going in the sea, whether it's surfing, swimming, yeah, anything in the sea.
You surf, awesome. If a movie was made of your life, what genre would it be, and who would play you?
It would definitely be a horror. I think who would play me? I don't know, Danny DeVito. I like Danny DeVito.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I'll give you that. Are you a morning person or a night person?
Neither.
Neither. Okay.
No, I'm good. I'm all right in the mornings. I like getting up in the mornings. Nighttime, I do like my sleep. But yeah.
Okay.
I'm all about all day.
Who's your favourite cartoon character and why?
The first cartoon character that came to mind was Tom out of Tom and Jerry. I think why? Because he's always having fun and he's all creeping around. He's just got he's enjoying himself. Even though that mouse is attacking him, he loves it. He loves having fun.
I love it. Give you that. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Fun, energetic, and friendly.
Excellent. And what's the strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Strangest thing. Bizarrely, the first thing that comes into my head is egg on pizza, but I like egg on pizza now, so that's not that strange.
That is very weird.
I'm sure I've eaten worse. When I was a kid, I probably ate mud. I'd probably definitely ate mud.
Gosh, right, fair enough. What one thing annoys you the most? This would be a difficult question for somebody as positive as you, but what one thing annoys you the most?
Just going back, I ate a tea bag once. I remember when I was 3, I ate a tea bag. One thing that annoys me, anyway, sorry. One thing that annoys me the most, I get frustrated at litter, really frustrated at litter. I take the dog for a walk quite a lot, and sometimes the amount of litter on the floor just winds me up. And I think every other dog walker has heard me shouting and screaming at one point, going, ah!
Fair enough. What is your favourite joke?
My favourite joke, is it hard to bury a woolly mammoth?
I don't know. Is it hard to bury a woolly mammoth?
Yes, it's a huge undertaking.
I like that. If you could be invisible, where would you go?
If I could be invisible, where would I go?
Where would you go if you're invisible?
Oh, if it's lockdown right now, and I know we're not allowed in Wales at the moment, I'd probably go to Wales to both see my mum and then go to the sea.
Nobody would know. That's good. And last question: if you could have any if you could have any superpower, what superpower would you have?
I'd love to be able to fly, and if I could like lift some people with me, so people can come with me and I'm flying, that would just be so exhilarating, so much fun, and also I'd be able to take people where they wanted to go. Like I said, going back to me wanting to be a taxi driver when I was a kid.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Right. I don't know if you've won. I don't know. It's Luke that adds this stuff up.
I don't think I rambled too much. I'm sorry.
You never know. I will let you know, but I think that you did really well, and I love the answers to the questions. But now it's come to the bit that I know you've been dreading. We finish these things off with a impression. Now, you can do any impression. I have discovered that I've spotlighted and interviewed a lot of really great entertainers in NSK that do lots of other things. You know, like we spoke to Andy last week, who's got a massive background in the West End, and Leighton, who's you know, been dancing on ships his whole life. And every single person I've interviewed so far, they're terrible at impressions. I've never found one person, no matter how talented they are, that's any good at impressions. Kieran especially does the worst Donald Trump impression I've ever heard. So over to you. You can do an impression of anybody that you want.
I see. I thought you were going to give me someone, and I was going to have to do my best. You sure you don't want to give me someone? I've just got to think of someone off the top of my head and do my best.
Yeah, anybody you want. I mean, I'll give you somebody if you want, but anybody will work.
Okay. Let's go. What about Terminator? Is that all right? Is that an okay one?
Yeah, that's fine. Nothing like a bit of Arnie.
I forgot. What is it? I don't even know what he says.
I'll be back is the classic. Or...
1 second. We've got to, if we're going to do this, I'm going to walk off. Come on and sit down.
Okay, I like it.
Improvisation.
Yeah, character. Okay. Love it.
Okay. Just, I'll be back. Can we stop now? Is that all right? Are we done?
I love that.
I'm going to go and hide for the rest of my life, I think, now.
I hope you realise that I'm going to ask Luke to make that into a GIF. Oh. That was brilliant.
Right, well, it's done now. It's on video. There you go.
Right. Clem, it has been an absolute pleasure interviewing you.
No. It's been a joy. Thank you, Craig. Thank you.
Before we wrap this up, give everybody the links of all the different places that they can find you again. Website addresses, Facebook, Instagram. Tell them everything. Tell them where.
Absolutely. Non-Stop Kids TV. You've got to watch that first and foremost. Absolutely fantastic. Loads going on. Secondly, One Day Creative Education. Check them out on Facebook, on the website, looking at booking things for schools, but also loads of fun content for you there if you would like it. The Rubbish Shakespeare Company. So we're the real RSC. No, we're not. We're the Rubbish Shakespeare Company. Check them out and have a go at writing your own script and seeing some of the content we're putting out there. The Artist Foundation. Artist Foundation are absolutely fantastic charity. Do loads of stuff in schools and engage lots of people. So yeah, those are my links. Otherwise, just keep going with NSK TV. There's more than enough there every day for you to keep occupied with. Amazing. Clem, it has been a real pleasure. Like Clem said, guys, look out. There's going to be another Entertainer Spotlight in a couple of days. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. We go live every single day at 1 o'clock. If you want a virtual party, go to www.nonstopkids.co.uk. Request Clem. I highly recommend it. He's awesome. And thanks very much for tuning in. Clem, once again, thank you very much for being a part of this Entertainer Spotlight. Make sure you follow him on all those different links. Make sure you follow him around on social media. He's an amazing guy. I'm going to get my son to write a script for you now because I want to see that acted out. This is going to be brilliant. Definitely. And thanks so much for the conversation, Craig. Genuinely, really, really lovely. Thanks very much for all you do. You're amazing. Guys, we will see you next week on NSK TV. See you later.